Eamhain Mhacha. This is the official launch. We had a soft launch in Armagh City Hotel in December for some of the young people who took part, and indeed we'd like to thank College Katrina as well. That's another school who works very closely with Cairde and brings young people to all our projects and gets them intricately involved with all our projects. We're trying to stimulate ideas about technology and enterprise through culture and illustrate to people that the Irish language can be a wonderful asset in terms of a boost to the local economy. I mean, heritage tourism, cultural tourism, that's discerning tourism is the kind of tourism that people are now seeking. I'm going to introduce people individually and I'll thank them as I go along, so I'm not going to thank everybody here, but I can't let it go without saying thanks. We wouldn't be here tonight without the Heritage Lottery Fund. We pitched the idea about 2 new downloadable apps at Eamhain Mhacha to the Heritage Lottery Fund. They came down to visit us, talked it through, and we're more than enthused with the ideas. And Martin McDonald from Heritage Lottery Fund is going to say a few words. We also ran the project past Ken Neal from the Historic Monuments Unit in NIEA, who own the site at Aoine Mhacha, who own the mound. I know the council, Armagh City District Council, look after the centre here, but NIEA are responsible for the mound itself. So we ran it past them and received a very warm welcome for the project from Ken and his colleagues down the Historic Monuments Unit, and I'm going to ask Ken to say a few words on behalf of NIEA. The Navan Centre have been extremely cooperative over the last 8 to 10 months while the project has been developed. They've given great assistance to Anton O'Donnell and Ellen Bell, who represent Mata Media and Digital Key Productions, the 2 companies who actually produced the apps themselves. And I'd like to thank the Navan Centre for allowing us to launch the event here tonight, and indeed for all the cooperation and assistance that they've provided throughout the course of the project. While I'm on the subject of Armagh City and District Council, they also provided significant and substantial funding to top up the funding that we got from HLA. So a big thank you to Armagh City and District Council for their funding contribution as well.
It's brilliant the way you've tapped into the local tourism here, the heritage, the rich heritage of Armagh, and adding so much to the area as well, bringing Irish language events and making the Irish language just more prevalent and more recognisable with this area and with the heritage that goes with it. Thanks so much. Buithe Soca Cairde mar tugann an tapia dúsa go páirste de fásta ar Clár Radio agus lehan óda dhéanamsa. So Cairde always, in spite of the fact that I'm a Tyrone woman, they support everything that I do very, very well. So it's always lovely to hear you and keep the banter and the crack going as well. So we'll look forward to much more of that during 2014. Gur Mhacha.
Eamhain Mhacha, Ionad. Ladies and gentlemen, as Deputy Lord Mayor of Armagh City and District, I am delighted to welcome you all to the Navan Centre this afternoon to join Cairde to celebrate the launch of 2 exciting bilingual GPS mobile applications, an online game for the Navan Fort. I must record apologies for the Lord Mayor, who could not be here tonight due to engagement in Armagh City Hotel, but sends his best wishes. This launch is a result of a great deal of work by this group to secure a vast amount of funding to roll out to 2 groundbreaking projects in Armagh. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the group on their continued success in promoting new enterprises and cultural heritage initiatives that have developed new jobs and to enhance Armagh City existing tourism infrastructure. I would also like to thank the Heritage Lottery Fund, who awarded Cairde the sum of $52,500 for a project based here at the Navan Fort. This project has created 2 bilingual GPS mobile applications, one for young children and their families, and the other for the older teenagers and adults. They will enhance the fantastic tourist facility and encourage people to return for a completely new visitor experience to the Navan Centre. Projects such as this involve a high level of planning and ambition. So Cairde to continue to go from strength to strength and to encourage young people to look at creative and stimulating ways of generating income and jobs through cultural enterprise. It only remains for me to wish you every success in your latest venture and to keep up the good work. So I'd just like to say, God in my Ionad and Sinai.
Technology comes out the story in Navan in a surprising number of ways. Obviously, with the launch of the app, you've got up-to-date technology coming out here, but Navan seems to have been involved with technology at various stages. Probably the people who first built some of the structures up underneath the mound, we don't today quite understand how they built what they built up there, so they must have had their own innovators and people who invented technology, and then archaeology and studying the mounds through time has been at the forefront of various archaeological advances with tree ring dating, one of the very first examples getting a precise date for when the big 40-metre structure was built up there. More recently with geophysics on the site helping to illustrate the story. So technology's been quite to the forefront in the story of Navan, and we wish the launch of the app well and hope that it brings some increased support and pressure on our masters that we can develop the site a bit better. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for the invitation to today's celebration. This is my third visit in association with this project. The first was in July, then we had the event with the students in December in the hotel. I'm delighted to be back with you this afternoon to see the project as it reaches its conclusion. The HLF, the Heritage Lottery Fund, were always keen to support this project because I think we had a feeling that digital technology had and certainly has the potential to bring the whole aspect of heritage to a new and a diverse audience and allow people to access and interact with the heritage in ways that suit them, and particularly young people were keen to target young people, and obviously the app is the aim thing with today's young people. The Navan Fort and the Heritage Centre app was one of the first that we funded, and we'd be keen to monitor its progress and keep in touch with you to see how it increases visitor numbers and how it, I suppose, it helps to disseminate a wider interpretation of the heritage of Navan Fort. Just to conclude by wishing you all well for the future, we've been delighted to be involved in the project. Thank you.
From the perspective of the centre, we do really welcome the development of an app that allows visitors to learn more about the site and different mediums that we currently provide. It's free, which is a great bonus to all of the users that will come here. And having looked at it, it's very interactive, so I definitely think children and youngsters will get involved and thoroughly enjoy using it. And for people to learn, I think they learn very much when something is enjoyable. The dual language will definitely offer our Irish language schools another reason to stay longer at the site, and it will enhance their visit, and it just means, I suppose, overall, when they then go away and talk about Armagh and the Navan Centre, they actually are able to say how great it is and what more was offered. So overall, just this is a wonderful project. It will definitely improve knowledge of the site. It does it in a different way, and we know as a centre we will definitely benefit. It wasn't hard work for us. These were very easy, low maintenance people to come in, and it was a joy just to work with you, and we really look forward to us benefiting and Armagh overall benefiting from this new project. Thank you.
Well, there does quite a while in the weeks ago, Lahan a lower Rowena and Shaw. It's on there, Eamhain Mhacha, Ionad. I just want to thank everyone who was so welcoming to the app, and particularly what you said, Grace, was very gratefully received, I can say.
It was a great privilege to work on this project, really interesting. Just with the apps, I find they're a great tool for interpretation. And now with 50% of people owning a smartphone and 1 in 5 people having, or 1 in 5 households having a tablet, it's really accessible. And this technology allows us to actually take elements of the exhibition you have here and actually locate it up on Navan Fort itself. So when visitors actually explore the site, we use GPS to embed elements of the heritage of Navan, and so as they explore, they can actually pick up on their phone bits of the explanation and exploration of the site.
But while I'm away, so I'll look at your Lordini be Codulin or Shaw. I'd like to thank a host of people who helped, not just the funders and the organisations behind it, but the individuals. In the role of Conor McNassa, we had Dara McGahey from County Down. In the role of Queen Maeve, we had Lucinda Glynn from Limerick. In the role of narrator, Padraig McSivna from Donegal. Anton has Cheer Owen or now, the Mar Cuchullen. Kayla, the Myra Vrana as Scort Harka, Mar Wacha. So be a land Danius as Gach Farched and Cheer, Farchachan, with people from all over the country who were taking part in this app with a rich blend of dialects and personalities. And of course we couldn't have done it without the expertise of a group based in County Cavan called Irish Arms.
Now come with me to Navan Fort itself, where we can begin our adventure.
So then you have to make your way to, basically to the gates of Eamhain Mhacha, of the Navan Fort. And this is where your GPS on your phone kicks in. So you need to have your GPS activated so that it knows where you are. So you make your way across the Navan Fort Road, and as soon as you walk in through the gate, the GPS will trigger the first video for you and the game starts.
Welcome to the Navan Fort, Aoine, a place of epic tales where great heroes have been made. Cullen is away fighting the men of Connacht, but 6 of his most powerful and treasured things are hidden here around the Navan Fort. If you can find all 6 of Cullen's weapons and treasures, you will gain his strength and cunning. Then you can break Macha's spell and free King Conor and his men.
Is Mr. Cullen? Where'd you go on? I've nailed you go on upset. He loves into Ionad. He's kissed in a cool racer. Nor I into Rosh. Johnny or the Vinny's kissed in a name. My headlamp.
The second one is for adults, which gives us a more of a mature and more leisurely insight into a range, the range that's available in Eamhain Mhacha.
Welcome to Eamhain Mhacha, legendary capital of Ulster.
So Sinead, to Seoladh go sílan se the my galore agus gur review and see her agus entirely today. I hope you think it's been worthwhile, but we've been delighted to work on it. We've really enjoyed doing it, and me in particular coming from here and be able to make that sort of a contribution. It's meant an awful lot. And Sinead, Eamhain Mhacha.
Got a Cairde and agus an tá obair den Cairde Scoidjanta agus on reaction and we're much if a couple of knowledge and shit, you get a valuable asset. Like I imagine people before they travel to Armagh will probably look up for a little bit of information on that and come across. It's going to be available on the Armagh City and District Council website and will be downloadable from here, Grace, I assume, whenever the Wi-Fi system is rolled out to all the centres. So it'll be available for visitors who have just happened to come on the centre, maybe didn't plan their visit, will be able to download it and take it up with them. Hugely exciting development for the Navan Centre and indeed for the wider tourism in Armagh.
So, Seoladh go muinne sibh ansalt as an bhí I bhhailm Jerry or fad buíochas a thuairt the Sean Kavanagh of Cairde, which is Garage O'Machal on Shaw, August the Jamie Clark of Cairde, Sean O'Neill, for a Cairde Mhacha.
Cairde Mhacha as chat Higgin Sholu Trinona Shaw. Tá agam go landin in Shaw resting the Greyhawk Ionad. Show your appreciation please once more to Mhacha Media and Digital Key Productions for what I think is an absolutely groundbreaking and fantastic piece of work.